A Florida church that is welcoming to gays is weighing in on the same-sex marriage debate, and it is stirring up a bit of fire and brimstone, posting the names of people who have weighed in favor of the idea in Florida on their website. churchofpeace.org is the site. Go to it, and you'll see who signed a petition to enforce or create a constitutional amendment banning gay marriage in the state of Florida and 2 other states as well. Gary DeBusk is pastor of the Church of Peace, Christ Church of Peace. He joins us now from Jacksonville. Pastor DeBusk, good to have you with us. What made you decide this was a good idea?
Well, we're facing a constitutional amendment here in our state that would declare that marriage is only between one man and one woman, and also eliminate any kind of domestic partnerships. And a few months ago, we found out what they were doing in Massachusetts, a similar kind of effort there, and we modeled them. And so we decided to take the names of the petition signers and to post them on our website, because we want to begin a dialogue with those who are opposed to equality and civil rights.
A lot of people, though, who have signed that petition are pretty angry about this. They feel as if this crosses a line of privacy. And essentially they say it almost has a malicious streak to it. How do you respond to that?
Well, again, that is not at all our intent. And all of this is public information, which was given to us by the supervisor of elections in each of the 67 counties in Florida. And it's hard for us to understand how someone can sign a petition and think they can do that under the cover of darkness in order to limit the rights of other tax-paying citizens.
Well, I suppose, though, to come up with analogies here, how do you feel about people who post the names and addresses and phone numbers of doctors who perform abortions, for example? Do you feel that that's appropriate?
Well, again, that's really off of the topic.
No. It's actually a pretty good analogy. It's a pretty good analogy here. And I'm asking you if you're consistent about this, because if you're going to put people's names out there, you should probably be consistent about it, correct?
Well, again, that is not what I'm concerned with here, which is civil rights and equal rights, and we're tax-paying citizens in the state of Florida.
We're just talking right now about a tactic of using people's names, personal information, putting it out on websites. And, what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander here, right?
I understand what you're saying, but I'd like to stay on topic, and the topic is equal rights and civil rights.
So just to get you on record, you would not agree with putting doctors who perform abortions, their information online?
That's a whole other issue. It's the same kind of issue as people have said, well, what about the names of your church members? What about the names of your church members?
So is the answer no?
Our church members have not signed a petition that would limit the rights of other folks. I might go ahead and say, in our state, the dialogue that we want to have, for instance, we had a couple in our church, a lesbian couple, who had a civil union, a wedding a couple years ago, and they have discovered people on the list who attended their wedding. And they want to go to them and say, we know you love us and we know you care about us. Can we dialogue about this? That's what we want to create. We've also found an individual who found her mother's name on the list. And when she went to talk to her mother about it, her mother said, I didn't understand that's what this petition was about. I thought it was to support. We've also found people...
Let's throw a little bit in another thing in the pot here, if I could, please. This comes from the Florida Family Policy Council conservative group, John Stemberger. Imagine what would happen if a conservative church group posted online the home address of every gay-identified citizen in Florida. In other words,
I understand what you're saying.
It would be decried as a witch hunt and an unchristian, hateful attempt to mark gays like pedophiles. This appears to be the only tactic available to a small group of extremists who are losing in the marketplace of ideas of our representative democracy. What do you say to that one?
Again, what I'm saying is we have not signed a petition to limit the rights of other folks. And these folks are we're tax-paying citizens. And this would be the first time the Constitution in Florida would be amended to limit rights. The Constitution is there really to guarantee rights. I might say this, too, an interesting issue that you might want to follow up on. A few years ago in Florida, the Constitution was amended to protect pregnant pigs. It's very interesting that now
wait a minute. You know what, Pastor, you want to stay on topic, and we're talking about pregnant pigs right now. Let me finish this up. I want to ask you one final question. Let me ask you one final question, if I could. Do you feel this is a Christian thing to do? Would Jesus do something like this?
I can't answer about what Jesus would do, but I can say that I think we have to have dialogue, and that's what this is about. And it seems to me that it's pretty intimidating for a group of people to want to limit the rights of another group of people and just want them to sit back and do nothing about it.
Gary
and
DeBusk.
So again, this is equal rights and civil rights.
Thank you for your time, sir. Gary DeBusk is pastor of the Christ Church of Peace, and we appreciate your time.